Hey guys, what's up? I'm gonna review the Wipro trade that I took yesterday. Please watch that video where I said before taking the trade what can happen. Today it just hit target and I got around 5% by risking 1%. It was a swing trade. 2 days I held the share. Let's see what was my analysis so that you can also learn. What I was seeing was a range developing. When I saw the market yesterday, it was in this situation. There was a range because there was 2 touches and it wasn't creating another higher high. Now this is the 15 minutes time frame. Okay, I was looking at it as a buy, but if I'm going to buy, I want somewhere close to the support line. For beginners, I'll exactly say what is the psychology behind support line. Okay, I want you to focus where I draw my arrow. Last time what happened was, one person bought the share for 180. Let's keep it very simple. Suddenly when he bought it for 180, the price went till 191. He got a profit of 9 rupees. Sorry, 19 rupees. He got a profit of 11 rupees. Say he was a neighbor. He bought a Ferrari. Say he had invested 1 lakh shares and 11 rupees, he became rich, he bought a new car. Now you are seeing him, you are telling, see, even I want Ferrari or I want a good car, and you go and ask him, why did you buy it here? Then he told, I just bought it, was luck, but I'm not complaining because I got my new car. So you are standing here now. What happens is, you say, see, last time what happened is when it came till here, it crashed down till here. This time, it is now at this price. Maybe it will come back and give me a price at which he bought it, my neighbor, and he's waiting. Immediately when the price hits this range, he will buy. That is the logic behind support and resistance. If you read it in Google, you might find it like price has a memory. What memory? It is a memory that last time, see, I missed this, so this time I'm going to take. That is the logic behind it. Now people always ask me whether support or resistance, is it at the wick or at the body? I'm saying it is a area. It is not one point. I just told you the logic for support. Do you think the person who buys it or person who's looking for buying the share, he will say, I'll exactly buy when the price comes to 182.10? No. He'll see the chart. He saw that somewhere around this area last time the buy took off. So I'll buy somewhere around here. And if crores of people who are trading in the share do the same thing, that's when support is formed. Correct. Some people will buy it here, some people will buy it here, some people will buy it here. We just have to note that there are buyers or sellers if it is a resistance. That is why a general area is enough, good enough. Correct? Anywhere around that area, we just need to know that buyers are entering. So one simple rule in trading is, don't buy near resistance and buy near support. Right? I was following the same rule. The price was here when I started seeing the graph of Wipro, and I thought, why would I buy it here? Okay, it is an uptrend. I'm gonna go with the trend. I know that for sure. But why will I buy close to a resistance when last time, you see, when the price came here, it fell down so badly? Why can't I buy somewhere near to the support line? I was waiting. Let's see what happens. The buyer, or look at the moment of the seller. How much time did he take? If he take faster time, it means he is very powerful. When seller is powerful, why would you buy? You want the seller to be dead before you are buying. When it is a seller's market, why would you buy? Sorry. So the sellers are strong. Compared to that seller, what about the buyer? Is he stronger than the seller? No. Now I'm going to ask you questions. The most benefit that you'll get out of this video is by talking to your screen, replying to whatever I ask. That is really a good way to learn, right? And one more question which I'm going to ask is, what percentage of retracement did the buyer do compared to the seller? Approximately. Could you say a 50%? He came up till halfway mark, 50%. Then the seller held here for some time. Seller broke past this area. Now I am going to ask you a few more questions. Let me delete all the lines. Compared to this seller, has the seller grown weaker? The answer is yes, because he is taking much longer time. Compared to this seller, what is the distance he has travelled? He has travelled lower distance. So can you now begin to realize that the seller is getting weak? When the seller is getting weak and it is close to the support area, can't we go for a buy? Yes. But at this point, we don't know whether the buyer, this buyer, is still there. We don't know. Let's see. The buyer came in very strong, and compared to this seller, the buyer did how much percentage retracement? 100% retracement. Correct? Now we know that buyer is also there. The seller is completely dead. Can we buy? Yes, we can buy. We can buy this. But then think about our risk to reward ratio. You see this? Our risk to reward is 0.88. Never take that type of trade. I am telling you, even after the seller is dead, he will make one last move. What is the logic behind it? Some people took sell here, correct? And you missed it. Say, what will you be thinking when it comes here? Wow, the whole market is sell. So maybe this time also it will go for a sell. That is why he makes one last move downwards. And when we see this powerful candle entering, I did a buy. Because I was looking at the market at this is close to support. But there are some people who will not be looking at the support. In fact, I did it here. Exactly at the support line. Exactly at the support line. And I held it for quite some time. And it just reached take profit today. And my target was this resistance. My target was this resistance. And today it hit the target. You can see. Right? Now you may have a doubt. Why didn't I take a breakout trade here? Because it broke the resistance or support. It broke the support. That is why I told you. Support and resistance is an area. This much small break, this entire area is a support. There are buyers here. That is why breakout trade never actually works. It is like a fake breakout. Or you want the price to go lot and hold up here. Then only you can say that it is a breakout. Otherwise you cannot say that it is a breakout. Now do you understand why I say that support is an area, not an exact point? Yes. Now do you understand the logic behind it also? I was looking at it as a buy, but I wanted to buy near the support line. In fact, I will only buy near the support line when the sellers are weak. Here the sellers are too strong. Although it is close to the support, I won't buy. Then the sellers came in. Then the buyers responded very powerfully, which shows that this support is still valid. So again, when it came down till the price of support, sorry about that, I did a buy. So the exact price at which I took the buy was around 181.55, and where was my stop loss? 179, and my target was the resistance, top of the resistance. Can this trade go wrong? Yes. I thought before taking the trade, if this trade goes wrong, what will I do? If this was in fact a breakout, what will I do? My trade will hit a stop loss. Yes, good. I will lose how many percent in this trade? 1.51% I will lose in this trade. Fine. If it breaks out, then it will pull back again to the top. When the buyers are dead, I will again take a sell trade. And since my analysis was wrong, I will make 2% of it. I lost how much? 1.5. I gained how much? 2.8. So it is a gain, right? That is what happens when you try to foresee. If my trade goes wrong, what I will do before taking the trade? That is the very good practice. Because if you know that and if you do that, then you know exactly what to do if the trade goes loss. If you hadn't planned out before, then if the trade goes for a loss, you will be sitting there disappointed, worried about that 1% loss. But if you plan in advance what I will do if the trade goes to loss, then you can easily make profit out of that losing trade also. That is called trading. No one can predict the market. Making money in the stock market is based on decision making. If this happens, I will do this. If this happens, I will do this. Both sides I will be turning profitable. This requires discipline. I was seeing the market from 13th May till 15th May. That is 2 days. If you are not profitable, that means you do not have patience. You need to be watching the market fully. And I will never take a trade even at 184. I want it very close to the price which I have drawn as my support. Why? If you had taken an entry here, your stop loss will be this big and your take profit will be this big, which is 1:1. Every wrong entry will cost you not 1 point in loss or 1 rupee in loss, it will actually cost 2 rupees in loss. Why? If you had taken the trade here, look at your stop loss. Your stop loss is reduced by huge margin. That also increases your take profit. So can you see where is a twice loss? Never compromise on your entry. Okay. This is pure price action trading. Now if you like this video, please make sure that you hit a like, subscribe to my channel, hit the bell icon for notification. I will be posting constant updates on the stock market, my trades. Please be careful while you're trading. Trading will lead to losses. Do your own risk management. This is not a trade advice, right? My humble opinion is to teach you price action, and that's what I'm trying to do. Like this video, because YouTube does something that when someone likes your video, it promotes to more and more people. Help me grow this channel, please. Thank you for watching. Have a good trading day.